I'm very happy to be here today in St Austell for our Gorsedh Kernow proclamation. As Grand Bard, I welcome to our proclamation the Mayor, Councillor Derek Collins, the first townsperson in St Austell, and all the other councillors and guests. We are very honoured to be here today, and thank you for allowing us to gather here in Cemetery Park. As the name suggests, this is the last resting place of many people from the town. Gorsedh Kernow respects and recognises this sacred site and reverences those who lie here. The good part of Gorsedh Kernow being located in a new place each year is that we get to know and work with new people in a different part of Cornwall. We have had many meetings with the people of St Austell, and you are working very hard to support our needs this year. Thank you very much for your hard work, your friendship and warm welcome. Reading the history of this town, one can see that the former residents and the town itself have played an important part in the history of Cornwall and the British Isles. Important residents of this town included our Bard A.L. Rouse, who in 1968 took the bardic name Ellacott, the voice of Cornwall, and an excellent name for this Cornishman and literary giant. He certainly put Cornwall on the map in academic circles and proclaimed its virtues. In the world of poetry, Jack Clemmer was barded in 1970 and took the name Prydydd and Pree, poet of the clay. His work was considered to be visionary and inspired by the rugged Cornish landscape. Another resident was Captain Percival Phillips, the famous Cornish aviator, who founded the Cornwall Aviation Company. And with a nod to the present day, John Nettles, the actor, who was in Midsummer Murders and also played Bergerac, and he was born in this town. Perhaps the most famous person was the founder himself, St Austell, a 6th century Breton missionary who gave his name to this place. St Austell area is rich in a variety of minerals. Tin was traded here with the Romans between 1500s and the 1800s. Most of St Austell's population were involved with tin mining. Queen Elizabeth I established her royal copper mines here, and in 1580, when the demand for tin was high, invited German miners here to the area. Today, local surnames of Bowman, Ham, Hart, Hoare, Keast, Kessel, Lobb, Sleeman, Stark and Waldron all stem from these settlers. In the 1830s, the area's mines were the largest source of tin in Cornwall. In 1742, William Cookworthy, a St Austell Quaker, apothecary and potter, discovered china clay to make porcelain, and in 1782, Josiah Wedgwood and John Carthew formed the Cornish China Clay Company. After oil, china clay is now the UK's second largest mineral export. The main byproducts of the china clay extraction process are sand and mica. This sand helped to build the Olympic Village for London 2012. Bedelver Pit produced a pinkish red clay, which was famous for giving the Financial Times its pink colour. Now Bedelver is famous for being a recycled clay pit, which houses the Eden Project, a centre of excellence which continues its mission to educate the world for a renewable and sustainable future. Marie Curie obtained radium from the mines here for her experiments. In 1859, Brunel brought the railway to Cornwall, and this started tourism, and St Austell built hotels beside the beautiful beaches and became a popular holiday destination, as many other places did in Cornwall. We can rightly say that St Austell was lucky to have such a variety of minerals in the ground surrounding it, the beautiful scenery at the coast and woodland inland, the luck to be on the main railway line, and a port to the sea to send what it produces worldwide, enabling it to capitalise on its assets. But no one can deny the amount of sheer hard work and ingenuity needed to discover the possibilities of capitalising on these God-given natural resources. Of course there were dark times when the tin industry waned, but through grit and determination they have survived in ingenious ways. And what is the future for St Austell? I note that plans have been approved for an eco-town as a way to recycle redundant clay pits. What is an eco-town? It is a town which has sustainable houses in it. It must demonstrate that it can access one job per house, that it is reached by walking, cycling or public transport, and that 50% of trips in and from eco-towns can be made without using a car. I'm not sure how this will be policed, but at least this is one job for somebody. I salute the people of St Austell down the years who have solved their problems with ingenuity and managed their resources well. Finally, in the Cornish world, we definitely need to use our ingenuity. Nearly a year ago, on the 24th of April, Cornwall gained recognition as a national minority, on a par with Scotland, Wales and Ireland. The Cornish rejoiced, both here and in the diaspora, where the descendants of the migration live. But although we believe it, it sometimes seems we are the only ones. I am constantly hearing on the television about the 4 nations of the United Kingdom. No, there are 5 nations now: Scotland, Wales, Ireland, Cornwall and England. And 3 weeks ago, the Treasury announced a new pound coin that is made of 2 different metals and looks like an old threepenny bit. With a great fanfare, it was announced that the design on the tail side of the coin would incorporate the symbols of the 4 nations. I quote, "The final design features 4 emblems to represent each of the 4 nations of the United Kingdom. The English rose, the leek for Wales, the Scottish thistle, and the shamrock for Northern Ireland." The new coin will enter circulation during 2017. Beware, you've been warned. I don't think we should accept it. Now you might think this was designed before we were granted our national status. But on the Royal Mint website it states, "The Chancellor of the Exchequer, the Right Honourable George Osborne, has revealed the winning design for the new £1 coin following the public design competition launched in September 2014, which was 5 months after Cornwall became a nation. So is being given the national minority status an empty gesture? After reading the history of St. Austell, I too will be resilient, continue to complain about these errors, and use my ingenuity to make sure our minority status is not an empty gesture. What is needed is education. We need to educate people that there are 5 nations in the United Kingdom. Cornwall is not England. We are Cornish, and our flag, Banner Piran, should fly beside all the other national flags on the occasions when they are flown together. Kernow bis Vicken. To mark our presence here this year in St. Austell, Gorsedh Kernow wishes to give the town this gift, an original poem in Cornish describing your town. I hope you will display it for all to see and enjoy, and it will be a reminder to the townspeople of St. Austell that Gorsedh Kernow came here this year. I do have an English translation which I will give to Sarah It's rather like Cornish there, though, isn't it? No, you will know what it says. It's all good. That's quite all right. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.